Ladies and gentlemen, joining me on the line, we've actually talked about every holiday season for the last couple of years. Friends, it's Gary Hoey.
Hey, man, it's that time of year. Thanks for having me back on. Always a pleasure to hear you, brother.
All right, so here's the big question. Gary Hoey does Christmas every year. You know, touring, albums, all of this. What is happening this year?
Well, I'm basically going out again for my 28th annual Ho Ho Hoey holiday tour. I can't believe it's been 28 years. And just excited, man, to keep doing what I'm doing and be able to, bring people some holiday cheer. And my son actually plays guitar. He's 22, so he's coming out for some of the shows.
Oh, really?
And play with me. Yeah, he's been playing since he was a young kid, and now he's really becoming quite a musician. His name is Ian, and he's going to be getting on the road with me. So I know a lot of fans are excited to hear him play. And then we're going to have, we got a new single, the Nutcracker Sugar Plum Fairy, which I rocked out, and we're going to be performing that new arrangement and a few other songs that we haven't done on the tour to change up the set a little bit.
As a dad, how cool is it to have your kid on the road with you?
Oh, it's unbelievable, man. I mean, when he was young, I always told him, it's in your blood. It's in your blood. You got to play music. And he started to play a little bit, Smoke on the Water and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden he got really into music, and it kind of took him over. And he started doing the shredding in his room and stuff. And he has a feel, man. He's got a vibe about him that's really cool. And if he didn't have the talent, I'd be like, oh, maybe he doesn't have it. But he really has a feel for it. And I'm beaming when he's on stage. I can't stop staring at him and just smiling. And it's definitely a dream come true for me.
That's awesome. Gary Hoey on the line with me right now. Can I ask a little advice? Because since you have the whole music family type thing going on, my son Jace is about 8. He is doing piano lessons. He has an interest in guitar. It's just a matter of getting him to take that next step to actually learn to do it. How do you get that next step or make it interesting? You know
what it is? I mean, what I find with young kids is there's a couple of things. If you start a kid out, like I always say, if you start them out on an electric guitar that they can actually play, then that will inspire them. Sometimes I see parents give this kid a big acoustic guitar. They can't even get their arm around it. The neck is so wide, he can just drive a train over it. So that's discouraging. What I did with my son is, I try to get him into stuff by showing him one string songs,
oh, that's cool.
Like some Peter Gunn, or show him just one little riff on the guitar that he could do. And I mean, even when he was 7, I was like, how about, I'm thinking of Silent Night or Twinkle Twinkle, whatever it was. And he's like, oh, I know that song, Dad. So I think even if it's Smoke on the Water, as long as they hear it like a song, then it's going to get them excited. So sometimes people try to give kids too much too soon. Okay. So I say keep it simple, and then he might get the bug. And if they fall out of it a little bit, don't worry about it, because my son sort of went in and out, and then all of a sudden he got more into it as time went on. And you just got to kind of nudge them, but don't be too pressureful.
Yeah, Jace, my son, he likes to pretend that he's playing, but the moment you're like, hey, why don't you watch a YouTube video on, how to do something or whatever? Like, no, I just want to do this. And, then he's, having his own little rock show downstairs. I'd love it if he would take that next step, because I think he'd be really good at it, and I think it'd be something he'd really like.
Well, you got to just keep that open, and if you want, I'll mail you, some Gary Hoey Christmas Ho Ho Hoey guitar picks. Maybe if he gets some of the blessed picks from Hoey, it might inspire him. So shoot me your address.
That's awesome. Gary Hoey on the line with me right now, talking about everything other than your tour at the moment. Sorry, it's just
that's right.
Well, you have experience in that field, and for me, I'm a saxophone player, and saxophone and guitar are way, way different animals. So it's hard for me to tell him, do this or do that.
My second favorite instrument is the saxophone.
Really?
Because I'm not kidding you, man. Just the way, a sax, obviously you have the breath and you can bend the notes and the squeals and the vibratos. I just feel like the saxophone is the second most expressive instrument for me. It's my second favorite instrument.
It's just such a different language than the guitar,
Yes.
So
you guys can rip it, man. It's fun. You can play a melody. You could pick up a guitar or a saxophone and you could just play. You could play. have yourself
Yeah.
a merry little Christmas. It sounds beautiful.
Gary Hoey on the line with me. You can find out everything you need to know about Gary Hoey at his website, GaryHoey.com, including tour information. Gary, as we talk every year, it's always Christmas themed. I came up with some Christmas themed questions that only you could answer. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
If Santa's sleigh was a classic car, what would it be?
I think it would definitely be, I think it would be a 57 Chevy.
Ooh, that's a good choice. Red, of course.
Yes, it would have to be nice candy apple red.
There you go. If Santa played a guitar, what would it be? What kind?
I think if he played a guitar, I think it would definitely be a Fender Stratocaster because they're just sexy and they're just cool. And he could have his whammy bar and kind of bend the notes a little bit and be doing like. He'd be ripping out Santa Claus coming to town.
Oh, there you go. When is it okay to put up your Christmas lights?
I think it's okay, man. Right before Thanksgiving, I say get the Christmas lights going and get ready for the holidays. I think a week before Thanksgiving is a good time.
All right. When is it? When are you required to take them down?
You know what? I still have Christmas lights in my studio from last year that I have not taken down.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. If since Santa's out on Christmas all the time, and so is Gary Hoey, what is the holiday that Santa is most likely to celebrate? Like, it's big around the North Pole. You know what I'm saying?
You mean other than Christmas? You
Yeah.
mean? Well, I think Halloween, man. I think Halloween is a great holiday because you get the candy, the kids get to dress up, just like Christmas time when he gets to dress up. So I think Halloween is a good one.
Would there ever be a Gary Hoey Halloween tour?
Hey, man, I can start it right now. The Scary Gary tour is coming out.
That'd be interesting, right?
It could be fun. I know we could do Frankenstein. That'd be the first one.
Oh, that'd be awesome. All right. What is if when Santa's out and about and he's listening to a Gary Hoey album, which album is he listening to?
Well, I think he's listening to the best of Ho Ho Hoey because I put a nice graphic of Santa Claus on the front of the album. So he's probably rocking that one because he's feeling all cool because he's on the cover.
There you go. What's the reindeer MVP besides Rudolph?
Man, I think it's Prancer. I think Prancer don't get the credit.
One final one for you, and thank you for answering these. These are just silly, and I thought they'd be fun. What was the knock your socks off gift for Gary Hoey? Like going back as a kid or as an adult, the one that really just blew your mind.
Wow, I think my biggest mind-blowing gift when I was young, when I cared about gifts as much as I did, I remember wanting to get this bicycle that so bad. I wanted a Schwinn Stingray bike it had a high sissy bar in the back with the banana seat and the headrest that I could lean back on, and that was under the tree on Christmas. And I thought I would jump out of my skin. I was so excited to get that bike and get out and put a couple baseball cards in the spokes and go rocking.
There you go. What about your kids? Have they had what's been their knock their socks off moment for Christmas?
Well, when Ian was younger, he really wanted Xbox, and we tried to keep him off the Xbox. He was like the last kid in town to get the game because we were afraid, he would get too caught up in it. But I remember when he got Xbox, he was really stoked. And he eventually got off it. We got him off it at some point. He wasn't playing it forever, but I remember that was the one he really, really wanted. And my daughter, she wanted. I remember she wanted this dollhouse with with all the furniture and the dolls in it. And we got her the big dollhouse, which she really wanted, and she was really, really excited. She used to love to set that up for sure.
That's awesome, Gary Hoey. We wish you nothing but the best this holiday season. Thank you so much, man. GaryHoey.com for all the info. Safe travels this touring season. Okay, sir?
Oh, thank you, bro. Always a pleasure to talk to you. And before we hang up, you got to give me your address.
All right, we'll do that, okay?
Oh, happy holidays. Thanks.